Hello and welcome to Special Topics, Grief and Loss Counseling in our Counselor Education program at CalU. I'd like to just go over some of the basics with the syllabus. Hopefully you were able to successfully watch the preliminary video with some basic instructions on the D2L course, downloading Acrobat Reader. And if you have any technical difficulties, I am learning D2L online course programming as we move through this 5-week semester. So please contact D2L Help or view the D2L Help videos or frequently asked questions on VIP D2L. I can help you with anything that has to do with course content or some basic info. But there are other experts here at CalU or with D2L that can help you with technology. So let's just begin this video with the syllabus, and hopefully you were able to download the PDF file and print it out. And even if you don't have it, it should be on the screen for you to follow along as we go through. The best way to contact me is through email because I will only be on campus a couple days a week. So the best way to contact me is through email. If it's an absolute emergency, you can use my home phone, but email would be the best. Before I begin going through the actual syllabus, I want to let you know that I understand that almost all people experience some type of grief, loss, death in their lives. It's a part of being human. It's a part of the human experience and developmental psychology and counseling. With that being said, it's also a very emotional part. And as we go through this course, you may experience some different emotions. This is not a therapeutic course. It's an educational course. I would recommend our counseling center, individual counseling, if you have any unresolved grief and loss issues or any type of complicated grieving. We're counselors, and being a client is an excellent way to grow and overcome any unfinished business. With that being said, let's look at the syllabus. The basic catalog description is printed. The course is designed to introduce students to basic theories and techniques in grief and loss counseling. No matter who you're counseling, what type of population, whether you're in a school, private practice, clinical mental health, you will inevitably deal with the issue of grief and loss. I'd personally like to make many courses, such as grief and loss, part of our permanent curriculum. Unfortunately, in order to help you to graduate in a meaningful amount of time, we had to select very specific courses for your curriculum. Glad you are here now and that you find the topic important enough to invest your time. I know that this is a 5-week semester. It's over a holiday season. You may be traveling, you may be visiting, celebrating, all of the wonderful things that go on during this period. I understand that. So when I decided to teach this 5-week course, I didn't want to just cut things out. So what I did was I distilled all of the most important ingredients of this course in 5 weeks, and hopefully in a manageable way. So The only prerequisite is that you're a graduate level student. And as we scroll through the syllabus, 2 books are required. One is a textbook, and it's my favorite textbook on the topic. It's by Warden. His latest issue is in 2009, Grief Counseling and Grief Therapy, a Handbook for the Mental Health Practitioner. And this is what it looks like. I think it's an excellent, concise book covering all of the major points on the topic. The second book is more of a human inventory. It's a personal true story of one man's and his family's journey through grief, loss, death anxiety, death. It's called Tuesdays with Morrie. There is also a movie. I would recommend watching the movie after you read the book. It's an excellent movie, but I think you'll get a lot from reading the book. And I divided both books into a specific number of chapters each week. And you'll be posting in your discussion board your reactions to these books and to other things like films and videos and lectures as well. That second book, Tuesdays with Morrie, I just got the little paperback. It was only a couple dollars. It's an excellent book. I think you'll enjoy it. Some other references. I wrote a book with a couple friends of mine called Existential and Spiritual Issues in Death Attitudes. I'll be posting some excerpts for as supplemental material as this course goes on. And that's what that book looks like. There's also a really nice book dealing with multicultural counseling and bereavement called Death and Bereavement Across Cultures. And that's also an excellent additional book to read. I will hopefully be posting a lot of additional material. Each week of the 5 weeks we will have chapter readings in both of the required textbooks and some supplemental readings from my book posted, and a recommended video from the library that I'd like you to watch as well. And then we'll have a video lecture that you can watch and listen to, just like this one, and discussion board posts that everybody will post and respond, and we'll go over that in a second. Course description. I've talked a little bit about that already, and you can read further on course description and course objectives, instructional methods. I've tried to provide a variety of instructional methods. It's very difficult on an online course because we don't have that face-to-face interaction, but I've done my best to accommodate multiple ways of learning. A large portion of your grade, because I want this to be an interactive course, is on the discussion boards. So each week, it's 1 module per week, 5 weeks, 5 modules. Go through each step in each module and write a responsive discussion board post for each module, and then read everybody else's posts and write 2 responses to other people's posts as well. Remember to have ethics and integrity, to be polite and diplomatic with your posts. Also, it's very easy I encourage sharing appropriate anecdotal personal information. However, we're not going to use this course as a therapeutic course. So if you want to provide a personal example, that's fine, but your post has to respond to either a reading, lecture, or recommended video in addition. So you can use examples. Don't become therapeutic, but also respond to something that was assigned during that week's module. There will be 2 writing assignments. Week 3, and I will discuss this Monday of week 2. It's only 5 pages. I'd like you to provide a case scenario, and I will go over all different types of cases that you could include. And you're going to give us an introduction to the case, a brief scripted dialogue as if you were the counselor, and a discussion of the session. 5 pages, and you should have 2 professional references. But it's basically getting your feet wet, providing a very brief example of a grief and loss case scenario. And we'll go over that in more detail. You'll also have a final paper. It's 8 to 10 pages, briefly examining your own issues. You don't have to get into a lot of detail with that. Primarily the paper will be about your choice of a grief and loss theory or multiple theories, why you chose those theories, how they fit your personality and your outlook as a counselor, and then personal reaction to this course, how you've grown, and a summary and conclusion. And once again, we'll go over that paper in more detail later. Participation and discussion boards are 50% of the class grade, so they're very important. It's 5 weeks, 10% each week for discussion boards. And remember, it's 1 post responding to the readings or videos of that week or the lecture, 2 responses to other people's posts. The case scenario is 25% and the final paper is 25%. There's our grading objectives. I have confidence that you will succeed in this course, and I will help you in any way I can. You can read our section on integrity, civility, and responsibility. And as well, students with disabilities, we will of course do our best to accommodate you. This is our tentative course outline, and it's mainly chapter readings, videos, things like that. You will be able to read what is assigned week by week in each module. I don't feel a need to go through every single week at this point of the syllabus. I wish you the best in this course. I know that it's a lot to do over a holiday, but I think it's manageable. And I hope you enjoy this material and that it will benefit you as you become counselors